All right, hello everyone. Welcome to the VACRAO Virtual College Exploration and our session, Follow Me to Tennessee. If you have questions this evening, please use the Q&A button at the bottom of your screen to type your questions. You can do this at any time. You do not need to wait till the presenters are done. Your camera and microphone are off this evening. This is on purpose. The panelists cannot see you or hear you, so please make sure that you use that Q&A button to ask questions and make comments that you need to make. Please sign up for other sessions as part of the VACRAO College Exploration, and you can do that at strivescan.com/Virginia. And a recording of this evening will be available in about a week, also at strivescan.com/Virginia. And without further ado, I will turn it over to our presenters this evening. The show is yours. If I can stop sharing my screen. There you go.
All right. Good afternoon. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. We're really excited this afternoon to be able to tell you a little bit about some of our schools in Tennessee and all of the things that we offer and some of the great reasons why you should go out of state for college. So like he said, definitely let us know if you have any questions, put them in the Q&A. We ask that if you have institution-specific questions, maybe leave those till the end or just try to ask questions that are more general for all of us. So again, we're very excited that you're here and hope that we can get you excited about attending college in the state of Tennessee.
And hey everyone, my name is Lily. I'm an admissions counselor for East Tennessee State University.
Hey guys, my name is Frank Tittle and I'm one of the admissions counselors for Tennessee Tech University.
And my name is Amanda Walk and I'm a regional admissions counselor with the University of Tennessee. So I live in Virginia and just work with students from the state of Virginia.
Hi everyone, my name is Allison Key. I'm a senior assistant director at Vanderbilt.
And now we are going to take you on a tour of Tennessee from the eastern part of the state all the way through to the kind of the middle of the state with Vanderbilt. So we're excited to tell you about our cities where our schools are and a little bit more about our institutions.
So East Tennessee State is located in Johnson City, Tennessee. We're kind of right at the point of Tennessee, so we're 45 minutes away from the Virginia border. We have tons of different ways that you can get involved off campus and on campus. The picture you're looking at right now is kind of at our Founders Park. That's where we host a lot of local festivals. We do yoga out in the park and different things like that. And you can see those beautiful mountains in the background. We have tons of different hiking and biking trails with rivers and lakes surrounding us.
And the University of Tennessee is located in Knoxville, Tennessee. We're not too far down the road from ETSU. Kind of for some perspective, we're about 6 hours or so from Richmond and not too far past the Virginia border. So for a lot of students, Knoxville may actually be closer to you than some of your in-state options. But our campus is located right in the middle of downtown Knoxville. That's one of my favorite things about our campus is that the campus is very enclosed within the city, but then you step off campus and you're right in the middle of downtown Knoxville where there's always fun things to do, lots of great restaurants, good opportunities for our students to do co-ops and internships. Kind of another fun thing is that the Tennessee River is our front yard and our backyard is the Great Smoky Mountains. The Great Smoky Mountains National Park is about an hour from campus. It's the most visited national park in the country. So there's over 1,000 miles of hiking trails in East Tennessee. Students can hike, paddleboard, sail, kayak, pretty much anything you want to do outdoors. We have available to our students. So it's a great combo because you get the city life, but then you also have the outdoorsy life nearby.
All right, so Tennessee Tech is located in Cookeville, Tennessee, and we're right on I-40, about halfway between Nashville and Knoxville. So one of the things that I do enjoy about Tennessee Tech is just it is located right there in that college town of Cookeville. And, we have hundreds of restaurants, mom and pop restaurants that just give it that local hometown feel. We have other businesses in the community as well that are Tech Pride partners that definitely give to our students and faculty on campus, through Tech Pride discounts, 10, 15, 20%, things like that for, eating out and shopping, things like that. So they definitely, our community does give to our students and faculty on campus. That is one great thing for sure. Some of the other opportunities, we are located within about 40 minutes of 9 state parks. So if you do love outdoors activities, you can be to those and be back to campus in a quick manner. So we do have something to offer for everyone here in Cookeville at Tennessee Tech University.
And next we'll head to Nashville, the capital of Tennessee. Nashville is a medium-sized capital city of about 1.9 million, and Vanderbilt is centrally located. You can see our tree-lined campus there at the bottom of the screen, but then you can see downtown Nashville, located about 1.5 miles north of our campus. Our campus has that traditional park-like setting, but we really are in the heart of the city. Nashville has a lot to offer our undergrads, both in terms of fun opportunities as well as professional opportunities. Of course, we're known for our music with 20,000 live music performances annually. We're also home to 4 professional sports teams, the NFL team, the Tennessee Titans, the Nashville Predators, our NHL team, a minor league baseball team, as well as an MLS team. We're home to the Frist Art Museum, the Schermerhorn Symphony Center, and the Tennessee Performing Arts Center, which recently hosted Hamilton this winter. And of course, we are very much a foodie city, a lot of great local restaurants. Nashville has a lot of cool neighborhoods, and our students love to explore the city during their free times. In terms of professional opportunities, healthcare is our top industry, followed by print and publications. We're home to 8 Fortune 500 companies and 3 major international headquarters. Companies are headquartered in Nashville. Nashville is actually the top destination for our students when they graduate. There are ample professional opportunities. We're known as the Athens of the South, given how many universities are in the area. So ample graduate school opportunities as well. But Nashville has a lot to offer our undergrads during their 4 years here. So I'm going to hand it back to Lily to talk a little bit about ETSU.
Thank you so much. And I want to thank you all for signing up for this panel. Just a friendly reminder, if you all do have any questions, just pop them in that Q&A button, but we'll begin. So what we're going to be talking about today is a brief overview of our academics, residential life, tuition, and ways you can get involved on campus at East Tennessee State University. So why should you choose ETSU? Well, we're located in Johnson City, Tennessee. ETSU is a Division I public university that houses nearly 15,000 students. We are not too big and we're not too small, so at this size, you can expect access to the resources and opportunities that larger universities have, while also having a small college feel. We have a 23 average classroom size and a 15-to-1 student to faculty ratio, which means that you can become more involved on campus and within your academics. We have 10 different colleges with 150 different academic programs that you can choose from. Just some highlights of our programs would include our highly accredited business program, which ranks in the top 5% of all business schools in the world, to our health science programs, which we have more comprehensive health science programs than almost any other school in the U.S. And we also have a nationally ranked teachers education program, and we offer the top computer science and the largest nursing program in the state of Tennessee. On the more unique side of things, we offer a state-of-the-art bluegrass, old-time and country music program, and an esports programs for anybody who's interested in that. So as you can tell, with us having 10 different colleges, you will have tons of different options and programs. So let's talk a little bit about our admissions process and our requirements. So we are all about access here at ETSU, which is why we decided to go test optional for the fall 2021 academic year. You can see that for our requirements, we are still going to be accepting on an either-or system, which means you can have a 2.3 high school GPA or a 19 on the ACT or SAT comparable. So as I mentioned, we are test optional, so we are not requiring students to take the SAT or ACT, but if you don't meet our GPA requirements, then you can take the SAT or ACT and be admitted if you make our required score. We also require that you take 16 specific required high school credits. This would include your English, math, science, foreign language, classes like that. But just so you know, we are pretty lenient on that. And if you want to figure out what classes we require, you can just go to our admissions page. So how do you apply and get admitted to the university? Well, your first step will be starting your online application by going to etsu.edu/apply. When you are finished with your application, you need to make sure to submit the $25 application fee. After you submit it, you will need to contact your high school or high school counselor and ask them to send your high school transcripts by email to, you can send it to myself, or documents@etsu.edu. You can send it through postage mail, or you can send it through parchment. If you decided to take the ACT or SAT for scholarships or admissions purposes, then you will need to have the testing service send your test scores to us. And once we receive your transcripts or test scores, we will then be able to review you for admittance. So if you're thinking about maybe living on campus, we offer 10 different residence halls that you can choose from. This varies from 5 different styles. I'm going to list them just from the most affordable to the most expensive option. So we have our traditional, a suite style, hotel, efficiency, and our most expensive would be our apartment style. The most popular residence halls that our freshmen live in will be our Governor's Hall, which is a hotel style, and then Centennial, which is an efficiency style. With that being said, if you're wanting to live on campus, but more specifically with students who are interested in the same program as you, then you can apply for our Living Learning Communities by going to our housing website. This will be a separate application from our original housing application, but if it is something that you're interested in doing, then definitely do it. And then all of our students are able to bring their cars on campus, and we actually do not require our students to live on campus. However, as you can tell, 35% of our students who live on campus make the Dean's List every semester. And outside of the classroom, we offer 250 different student organizations and 19 different Division I sports. With our sporting events, students can get into all of our sporting games for free by just showing their ETSU identification card. Our student organizations range from club sports to academic clubs and honor societies to fraternity and sorority life, as well as service learning organizations and much more. We also offer our first year experience courses that students can sign up for that can help you get involved on campus early. So let's talk about tuition. So 92% of our students receive some sort of financial assistance. And I'm not mentioning this to you all to try to scare you, but I'm just mentioning it to let you know that your tuition fees can be very affordable. If you live in Washington, Lee, Scott, Bristol, or Grayson County, you will be eligible for in-state tuition, which is $9,500 per academic year. If you live in any county outside of those, then you'll be considered for out-of-state tuition, which is now $10,500 per academic year. We actually just made this switch last week, and I'm pretty excited about it. Also, we will be participating in Virginia's application week starting next week. So if you all want to send me an email or anything like that, we'll be able to waive that application fee for you. And then I have the estimated housing and meal plan tuition on there, or fee on there, just to show you that if you're living in a traditional style residence hall, getting our 7-day silver meal plan, it's about $8,900 per year. So in total, if you're looking at the out-of-state tuition and then living on campus, you're at $18,000, $19,000 per academic year. And if you haven't already visited campus and you would like to, then you can sign up for in-person tours by going to etsu.edu/visit. We are offering our tours Monday through Friday, and we're having 4 tours a day. We're even having some tours offered on Saturday. And if you're a little too far away and you want to visit virtually, then you can do so by going to etsu.university-tour.com. Thank you all for listening, and now I'm going to pass it over to Tennessee Tech University.
All right. Thank you guys so much for attending today. My name is Frank Tittle again, and I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about some opportunities that we have here at Tennessee Tech University. I am one of the admissions counselors. I'm also a graduate of Tennessee Tech as well. Was able to teach, got my degree in education, taught in the state of Tennessee for 13 years, then was a principal for the last 7, and able to come back here to Tennessee Tech, my alma mater, this past year, just to be able to get out in the community and speak about the opportunities that we are able to offer here at Tennessee Tech. And on to the next slide. So some of the things that we are proud of here, I know that affordability is one of the things that comes up in all students and parents' mind as far as, when they're starting college and going off to that venture. One of the things that we are able to do is graduate about 50% of our students on a yearly basis, totally debt-free. Some of the ways that we do that are through our scholarship opportunities, our work-study opportunities, some of our grants that we do offer as well throughout the departments on our campus. Another great thing about Tennessee Tech is just our average starting salary for our graduates as well is right around that $53,000 to $54,000 mark. So definitely coupling those two things together is just going to ensure that you're not going to be living in your parents' basement until you're 35. That's good for you, good for your parents as well. So definitely great things there. Our campus has about 10,000 students as far as our undergrad students go. So, it's enough to where we can offer quite a few opportunities, but not so many where you're going to feel like you're lost in a sea of students. The one great thing I do like about Tennessee Tech's campus, it is a closed campus as far as, it's not spread out across the community. It is self-contained, so to speak, right here in Cookeville, Tennessee. So great thing there. And again, like I said earlier, we do have quite a few mom and pop restaurants right here around campus. We have several venues for live entertainment and things like that for our students to be able to participate in. One of the other things, just being a former administrator, that I look at is just that 18-to-1 student to faculty ratio. Great stuff there, just being able to focus that instruction in the class for all of our students. And it just allows the professors to get to know you on a more one-on-one level. Also for you, a chance to get to know the other students in the classroom too, and just be able to participate in those discussions that are going to happen in class as well. So moving along, these are the colleges that do make up Tennessee Tech's campus. We do have 8 of those colleges with over 200 plus programs of study within each one. I know that Tennessee Tech is known for its engineering department. We have about 2,600 students that are in one of the disciplines with that, whether it's chemical engineering, civil, mechanical, or our newest, which is our vehicular engineering program here at Tennessee Tech. But we do have several other fine programs as well outside of that engineering field. Again, I'm a little partial to the education field since I did spend a 20-year career within education. So there are a ton of opportunities with that for our students coming in as well. We do have a fantastic ag and human ecology program here at Tennessee Tech. I know we have about a 1,500 acre working farm that's just right here within 15 minutes of our campus. Our students do get a lot of hands-on experiences there within that college. We also have a great nursing program here at Tennessee Tech. I know that as far as, getting the students prepared to go out into the workforce, we have a 100% higher rate upon graduation, with about a 96% pass rate on the NCLEX for the first time. So that is the licensing exam for our nurses. So definitely the state average is around 88. So that just kind of gives you an idea as far as the preparation that those professors and instructors do is getting those students prepared within that nursing program. Great stuff there. And again, that's just some of the highlights from our colleges on our campus. And if you have any specific questions about any of those colleges, feel free to email me at any time and I'd be more than happy to speak to those with you. All right, next we'll talk about our tuition. This has got our in-state and out-of-state tuition cost here for you guys. Obviously with y'all being from Virginia, that out-of-state rate this year, we've gone to flat rates is what we've gone to this school year. So you're looking at that $14,500 mark. And that covers your tuition for fall and spring, so the full year. And then residence halls and meal plans there. We do require our freshmen to live on campus for that first year. So, the residence hall there, you have options to select. You have the common res halls that are just your traditional with the shared restrooms. And then you can also select a private restroom res hall as well. So kind of a total price range you're looking at is around that $25,000 mark for the entire year for your tuition, for your residence hall, and for your meal plan as well. So that covers the cost for everything with the out-of-state students. The way we get those things paid for you, like I said, is through our just applying for scholarships. We've got a streamlined process on our Scholar Web. So when you're applying for those scholarships, you just have to fill out that one application. And then when you submit it, you're automatically in for any of the scholarships that you would be eligible for. So some of those that are the university level scholarships start at that 27 on your ACT. We are a test optional as far as admittance, but we do have that ACT comes into play with the scholarship. So 27 or better is going to get you into that high flyers range, while a 24 or better will get you into those departmental scholarship categories. And that scholarship deadline is December the 15th. All right, so wrapping it up with how to apply here at Tennessee Tech, you're just going to go to tntech.edu/apply. It is a one-time $25 app fee that you guys would just get on there, fill out your application, pay that app fee, and then send us your transcripts. And you would be good to go at that point. Make sure to include, if you've done any kind of dual enrollment coursework with any community college or university there, you would go ahead and send that transcript with that as well. And then we'd be able to go ahead and get you admitted, and you'd be able to start that scholarship application process as well. And again, if you do have any questions, you know, outside of things that I was able to speak about or talk about today, you can email us here at TNTech, or sorry, it's at admissions@tntech.edu, and any of our counselors would be happy to assist you guys. Again, here's our contact information with our phone number on that. You can give us a call also with that at that number, and we'd be able to help you guys as well. We do visits as well on campus and virtually. You can go to our tntech.edu/visits. You'd be able to set up that on-campus visit or that virtual visit at this time. Again, my name is Frank Tittle. It's been a pleasure to get to speak to you guys today, and we are going to go ahead and pass this along to University of Tennessee.
Hey guys, like I said before, my name is Amanda Walk, and I am an admissions counselor with the University of Tennessee. First, I mentioned that our location is in Knoxville, and that's one thing I really love about our campus. Something else I love is our campus life and all of our school spirit. I think when you step on campus, you pretty much see everybody wearing orange. There's definitely a sense of a family is something that we talk a lot about on campus. And our students tend to be really happy. We have close to a 90% retention rate, so the majority of our students come back after their freshman year. Kind of another fun thing is that I think we have one of the cutest mascots in all of college, and that is Smoky. He is a blue tick coonhound, and he is very beloved on our campus. And he's kind of, I think, a unique mascot and one that we enjoy a lot. So next, I'll talk a little bit about our the size of our institution and some more fun facts. We do have about 24,000 undergraduate students, so we are a little bit larger, but I think that it can still feel pretty small. We have a faculty to student ratio of 17:1, and 71% of our classes have 50 students or less. So even though we are larger, I think you still get all the perks of a big university, big Division I athletics, lots of research opportunities, but it can still feel pretty small. Again, I think another perk of a large institution is all the different majors that we have to offer. So we have over 360 different programs of study, so there's really something for everyone. Next, I'll talk a little bit about our academic colleges. We do have 9 academic colleges. The first is our Herbert College of Agriculture. We are one of 30 accredited vet programs in the United States and one of the few vet schools in the Southeast. So if you're interested in going to vet school, we have a great animal science program. We have programs in forestry, tons of cool agriculture majors if that's something you're interested in. We also have our College of Architecture and Design, where we have programs in architecture, interior architecture, and graphic design. Our College of Arts and Sciences is by far our largest college, and that's where you'll find a lot of our pre-professional programs. So if you're interested in going to med school or dental school or even law school, we actually do have a law school on our campus. It's also home to our School of Music, a lot of our different art programs, and home to our world-known forensics program. Kind of a fun fact is that we are home to the Forensic Anthropology Lab, or the Body Farm, which is where there's lots of research done on decomposition of bodies, and the FBI comes and trains at our campus every year. We also have our Haslam College of Business. Lots of great opportunities in that college. We have over 20 different Bloomberg terminals in our College of Business. They often do employer days where we have employers on campus looking to hire students for co-ops and internships, as well as for employment when they graduate. Our College of Communication Information has majors like advertising, PR, and journalism. And then we also have our College of Education, Health, and Human Sciences. We offer certification programs in every area of education except for PE. And then our Tickle College of Engineering has pretty much every area of engineering you could hope to study. We have our College of Nursing, which is a direct admit nursing program. And then finally, we have our College of Social Work, which is our smallest college and has a 4-to-1 faculty to student ratio. Next thing I'll talk about is the Academic Common Market. If you're not familiar with this program, this is a program that gives you in-state tuition at the University of Tennessee if the major you're interested in studying is not offered in Virginia. So Tennessee actually has 8 majors that qualify for in-state tuition. The most popular one is supply chain management. That is one of the top 5 programs in the country. It's a business degree program where essentially you're learning how things get from producer to consumer. So it's a very, very popular field right now, and lots of companies are looking for our supply chain graduates. Nuclear engineering is one of our other top programs. It is one of the oldest and most well-known nuclear programs in the country. Something that we're really proud of is our partnership with Oak Ridge National Laboratory, which is the largest Department of Energy research facility in the country. It's actually home to the 2nd largest supercomputer in the world right now. So there's lots of opportunities for our nuclear students to do co-ops and internships, and also a lot of undergraduate research. The other majors that are going to qualify for in-state tuition are linguistics, interior architecture, anthropology, special education, Portuguese, and sacred music. While I'm talking about ways to make it more affordable, we also have merit scholarships available for our students. We have ones for students that are test optional, as well as students who are submitting test scores. So if you have at least a 3.8 GPA, you'll be considered for our test optional scholarships. And students who have at least a 3.6 GPA and either a 24 or an 1160 are guaranteed to get some money from us. But all students are considered for scholarships, regardless of whether or not they have test scores. Last thing I'll just talk about is the Tennessee student experience. Like I said, I think our students are very happy. There's lots of great opportunities on campus. We do require our freshmen to live on campus, and as Lily mentioned, we also have living and learning communities. So that's where you live with people that you share a common interest with. Typically, it's going to be around your major. Like we have one for first-year engineering students, for business students, and also for our honors college. You can also have your car on campus, and all freshmen have unlimited meal plans. As a way to make a big campus feel smaller, we do have over 600 clubs and organizations, so pretty much anything you want to get involved in. We have everything from our Chillin' and Grillin' Club to our Fellowship of Christian Athletes. So there are tons of things that you can get involved in. Intramural and club sports are also popular on our campus. We have over 40 different club sports. So if you are an athlete and you want to continue competing in college, but maybe not at the Division I level, we do have over 40 club sports for you to choose from. We are Division I, we compete in the SEC, so athletic events are a big part of our campus culture. You'll see our stadium down on the bottom right-hand corner. It's actually one of the top 5 largest football stadiums in the country, and we are the 5th largest city in Tennessee on game day. So there are tons of people that love to come and enjoy game day. And we also have very active Greek life. About 25% of our students are involved in Greek life. One thing that I want to highlight this year that's new that we have, again, another way to make a big campus feel smaller is our Vol Success teams. So that is going to be a team that is assigned to you from the moment you get on campus, and it consists of your academic advisor, an academic coach, as well as a one-stop counselor, so that you always have a familiar face that you can go to, ask questions, whether you need help with your classes or seeking out academic resources, or maybe you just have questions about scholarships or billing. There's always a familiar face on our campus that can help you throughout the 4 years that you were on campus. We also have a lot of great study abroad options. Obviously right now students aren't studying abroad, but last year we had students in every continent but Antarctica. So lots of great study abroad options, hopefully by the time you guys will be on campus. And then last, just want to mention, we would love for you to come visit. We are offering in-person campus tours right now. We also have a ton of virtual opportunities, whether it's our open houses, the option to chat with students. We also have, a lot of our departments are doing open houses or allowing you to sit in on classes. So there's one positive from COVID is that you can get to know lots of things about UT and experience our campus from your couch. So thank you so much for listening about UT, and I'm going to pass it off to Allison, who's going to tell us a little bit more about Vanderbilt.
Awesome. Thank you, Amanda. Hey again, everyone. My name is Allison Key. I'm a Senior Assistant Director at Vanderbilt. I am a Nashville native. I was also a graduate student at the Peabody College of Education and Human Development. So I have both of those perspectives. So I love talking about this university. I work with students who attend high school in Virginia. So if you have questions after today, I'm definitely your best point of contact. So a little bit about our university. We are a medium-sized institution. We are large enough that you will meet people all 4 years, but also small enough that you'll have an on-campus community. We have 6,800 undergraduates and just under 6,000 graduate students. So we are undergraduate focused, but with the graduate student population, there's an opportunity for our undergrads to pursue research. There are 10 colleges and schools, specifically 4 for undergraduates, and we'll talk about those on the next slide. But there are 70 majors of study across those 4 undergraduate schools and colleges. There are over 420 student organizations. That plus is there because students are finding activities that they want to start, and they have the support to do so if they so choose. Our students were very involved at the high school level and are continuing that level of involvement at the college level. The largest portion of those student organizations is community service, and that's something that is just a common value of our students. It certainly isn't required, but it's something that our students want to continue on from high school. Our campus is diverse. You're going to be meeting students from all over the country, all over the world with varying lived experiences. We want to make sure that our campus reflects the outside world. We want to engage you and facilitate that continued learning beyond the classroom. We require our students to live on campus all 4 years. Again, that's because we believe that learning happens beyond the classroom just as much as it's happening within the walls of the classroom. 42% of our students are students of color, 12% of our students are international students. Our students are coming from all 50 states, over 90 different countries. 2/3 of our students receive financial aid to a variety of socioeconomic backgrounds as well. We also want to make sure that we build a campus that is diverse and inclusive. We have identity affirming centers on campus like the LGBTQI Center. There is the Casey Potter Center for LGBTQI Life, the Women's Center, the Black Cultural Center, the International Student Scholar Service Organization, and other student organizations to help our students find community. And the last statistic is a fun one. We have a 3-to-1 squirrel to student ratio. That's just a fancy way for us to say that our campus is an arboretum. Almost all trees indigenous to the state of Tennessee can be found on our campus, but we are in the heart of the city, so we really are the best of both worlds. So when you apply to Vanderbilt, you'll apply to one of our 4 schools listed on the next slide. The largest of those schools is the College of Arts and Science, and that'll have that traditional liberal arts curriculum. Our A&S students have until the 2nd semester of their 2nd year to declare a major, so they have some time to ultimately weigh their options. A&S also houses our pre-professional programs, pre-med, pre-law, pre-architecture, pre-business. And in those programs, you're working with a pre-professional advisor to make sure that you're a strong candidate for graduate school. The next school is the School of Engineering. It's designed for our students to graduate in 4 years. You don't have to apply to the School of Engineering with a degree in mind. You can apply undecided. And you'll actually take what's called a module course, where you select 3 of our 8 engineering majors, take classes in each of those 3 for 4 weeks before declaring a major at the end of the first year. The third school is the Peabody College of Education, Human Development, and it's those 2 components. So the College of Education includes things like elementary education, secondary ed, special education. Human Development includes things like cognitive studies, early childhood development, or human and organizational development, or HOD, as you'll hear it called on our campus, and that's actually our 2nd most popular major. And the final school is the Blair School of Music. That's a conservatory style school, but those students will still be taking academic classes in the other 3 schools, and it's an audition-based admissions process. Once you're in Vanderbilt, all 4 schools are open for you to take classes in. You can double major within schools, you can double major across schools, and ultimately you can transfer from one school to another if you change your mind. And nearly half of our students will double major. On the next slide, we have some of our research opportunities listed, and over half of our students will participate in research. Of course, we're home to the University Medical Center. The Peabody College has 3 educational research centers associated with it. You might collaborate with a professor, and our engineering science building has a new engineering space for our engineers to pursue research. Your professors are going to get to know you. You'll connect with them not only in your classrooms, but also in the residential colleges. And there's a 7-to-1 overall student to faculty ratio, 4-to-1 within the Blair School of Music. 90% of your classes will have 50 or fewer students, 80% will have 30 or fewer students. And we think those connections with the professors really enhance the student experience. So the next thing that students will experience in that academic community at Vanderbilt is the Immersion Vanderbilt project. And that is a project that you are designing during your time on campus, and it's a way for you to explore an academic interest beyond the classroom. There are 4 categories of projects. You just have to fulfill one of those categories. So there's an international component like a study abroad, a research component, civic or professional, maybe something like an internship, or a creative or artistic expression, maybe that Blair capstone project. But we hope that when students are applying to graduate schools or applying to internships and jobs when they, upon graduation, that they're able to speak to this immersive academic experience. So on our campus, there is a lot to do. I mentioned the 420 student organizations earlier. The largest portion of those, like I mentioned, was community service. Some of those other organizations, they run the gamut. There are 60 different religious organizations on campus. There are also just some fun, quirky clubs like the Good Cheese, Bad Movies, where our students eat cheese and watch cheesy movies, pun intended. You always have that ability to start an organization. We have some great recent musical artists and speakers who've been on campus. We offer 16 varsity sports. We compete at the highest level of collegiate athletics, so our students love to cheer on those teams. We actually give our students free admission to all 16 of those varsity events, just because we're the only private school in our conference. Our students are also able to study abroad, and nearly half of our students will study abroad. And of course, I mentioned research earlier as an opportunity. And finally, on the last slide, we want to make sure that we cover financial aid. Because we are a private institution, we don't differentiate between in-state and out-of-state applicants. So regardless of where you live in the world, you'll still have that same total cost of attendance. Because we are a private school, we are able to offer some institutional aid through the program Opportunity Vanderbilt. And through that, we make 3 promises. The first promise that we make is that we are need blind in our review process for our US citizens and eligible non-citizens. We are need aware for international applicants. However, we will fully meet a student's demonstrated need if they are seeking need-based financial aid. So the second promise that we make for any student who's seeking need-based financial aid is that we will meet 100% of your family's demonstrated need. Demonstrated need is defined as the difference between the total cost of attendance and what a family is able to contribute. We use the FAFSA and the CSS profile to understand what a family is able to pay towards that total cost of attendance. We will then meet 100% of that need in scholarships, so an aid that a student doesn't have to pay back. I mentioned earlier that 2/3 of our students receive financial aid, and the average award is about $50,000 a year. So that means on average, the contribution is about $20,000 a year. And it looks a little bit different family to family, and the net price calculator on the financial aid website will give you a good sense of how much need-based aid your family would receive. We also offer merit scholarships for which students can apply. Those applications are due December 1st. The 3 main merit scholarships we offer are the Ingram Scholarship, the Chancellor Scholarship, and the Cornelius Vanderbilt Scholarship. And then finally, if you'd like to learn more about our campus, I definitely invite you to explore some of our virtual offerings. We have more in-depth information sessions. We offer virtual tours as well, led by current student tour guides. There are student panels, academic sessions. You're also welcome to contact a current student or reach out to me if you have other questions about Vanderbilt or the admissions process. So I will go ahead and hand it off to our MC again, Amanda, who will take us into the next slide.
All right, so now that you've heard about all of our institutions, we want to tell you how to apply. So this is just kind of a quick chart to tell you a little bit more about that, but we'll each just give you a little bit more information about how to apply right now.
So I already mentioned in my presentation a little bit, but you can just go to etsu.edu/apply. Starting September 28th through October 2nd, ETSU will be participating in a Virginia application week. So if you all can reach out to me via email by going to emailing fowlerlg@etsu.edu, then I can send you that fee waiver code and we can waive that $25 application fee. We do have a rolling admissions process, so you pretty much have up until point of classes starting to apply, and our scholarship deadline for this year is March 1st. We have decided to go test optional for the fall 2021 academic year, but as mentioned, we are that either or school, so if you don't meet that 2.3 GPA requirement, then you can send in your ACT or SAT score. And then we are offering our in-person and virtual campus tours.
Perfect. Yeah. So one thing about Tennessee Tech, I know I mentioned it earlier, tntech.edu/apply. You guys can go to that website and be able to fill out your application. Just like ETSU, we are a rolling admission as well. So you basically have all year to get that application in. The scholarship deadline is December the 15th. So if you do want to be considered for scholarships, you do need to have applied prior to that and then be able to fill out that scholarship application at that time as well. So those are the things that I would tell you for sure that that you do need to make sure you have happen in a timely manner. We are test optional, like I mentioned earlier, but the test does come into play for scholarship reasons as well. If you should fall below our 3.0 GPA entrance with the test optional, you would have to meet a 17 on the ACT at that point. So if you keep that GPA above the 3.0, then it's going to be automatic admittance for you guys. We do have the website there at the bottom for virtual visits. Please come check us out anytime. We'd be more than happy to help.
At the University of Tennessee, we take both the common application as well as our VIP application, which you can find on our website. We don't have a preference on which one you submit, whichever one is more convenient for you. We have an early action deadline of November the 2nd and a regular decision deadline of December the 15th. If you are interested in any of our honors or scholars programs, you do need to apply by the early action deadline. Or if you want to apply for competitive scholarships, then you need to apply by November 2nd. If you want to be considered for our merit scholarships, that's automatic consideration with your application. You do need to apply by our regular decision deadline of December the 15th. We are test optional this year. Just want to stress that we are fully test optional for both admissions, scholarships, and honors and scholars. So please don't feel like you have to submit test scores. You will still be fully considered. Something that's new this year is you do self-report your academic record. So you do not need to send us test scores if you have them or a high school transcript. And as I mentioned, we do have both in-person and virtual visits right now.
Finally, at Vanderbilt, we conduct a holistic admissions review. So when we are looking at a student's application, we are looking at the transcript, the grades, standardized testing if it's submitted, the extracurricular activities, the letters of recommendation, and the essay. We accept applications through the Coalition and the Coalition Common and QuestBridge. We don't have a preference which one a student uses to apply. We will evaluate them all in the exact same way. We have 3 application deadlines. We have early decision 1, which is a November 1st deadline. Early decision 2 and regular decision are January 1st deadlines, and you'll indicate on your application through which deadline you are applying. Early decision is a binding deadline, so those applicants are submitting an additional document called the early decision agreement that the applicant signs, the parent or guardian, as well as the counselor will sign. And so students are saying on the front end through the early decision process that if you are admitted to Vanderbilt, you are definitely coming, so you know that it's your first choice. Regular decision allows you to apply to as many schools as you would like, apply for as many scholarships as you would like, and hear back from each of those institutions before making a decision on where to attend. We are also test optional for students looking to enroll for fall 2021. So you have the choice whether or not you want those test scores submitted in that process. And then finally, if you'd like to learn more about us, currently our on-campus visits are suspended. We have a number of virtual offerings, which I mentioned at the end of my presentation, but you can visit that website to learn more and to register. Do continue to look back on our website to see when we might be offering on-campus visits.
All right, so thank you guys so much for joining us today. This is our contact information. I know we've each mentioned it maybe a couple of times, but if you have any additional questions, looks like we only have about 2 minutes, so there may not be time for questions on here. But again, thank you so much for listening. Please feel free to reach out if you need anything at all. We are all happy to help and work with students from Virginia to get you to our respective institutions. So thank you guys so much. Have a great rest of your afternoon and a great evening. And we look forward to helping you through the application process.
Thank you very much for joining us today. We do have, we're right at 4:45. We do have additional sessions at strivescan.com/VACRAO. Please check them out and attend as many as you can. After you depart this session today, there'll be a quick 4-question survey, and recordings are available at strivescan.com. Thanks, everyone, and have a great night.